What if I told you that the most commonly recommended exercise for poor leg circulation after 60 might actually be slowing your recovery? Yes, even if you've been doing it faithfully every day. This isn't clickbait. It's something most people are never told. According to the CDC, nearly 1 in 5 adults over 70 has peripheral artery disease, or PAD, and most don't know it until symptoms become serious. Poor circulation isn't just cold feet or swelling. It's a quiet warning that your heart and arteries are under constant pressure. Left unaddressed, it can lead to slow wound healing, recurring infections, loss of balance, dangerous falls, and in severe cases, amputation. After reviewing decades of research on aging and movement and listening to real experiences from older adults across the US, one pattern keeps appearing again and again. The problem isn't that people aren't moving enough. It's that they're activating the wrong muscles. There's a specific circulation system in your body, often called the second heart, that controls how efficiently blood travels from your feet back to your heart. Most people never train it. And when it stays inactive, walking alone simply isn't enough. This video isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to give you clarity and control. Because when this system is activated correctly, the changes can be dramatic. Warmer feet, reduced swelling, steadier steps, more confidence moving through daily life. Let's uncover what's been missing and how to fix it safely after 60. You've probably heard this advice countless times. Just walk more. It's the safest way to improve circulation. On the surface, that sounds reasonable. Walking is natural, it's low impact, and it's been the default recommendation for decades. But here's what rarely gets explained. Walking does not fully activate the muscle system your legs rely on to pump blood back to your heart. Why? Because the way most older adults walk is often too gentle, too short-strided, and too momentum-based to trigger the deep muscle contractions that drive venous return. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Vascular Medicine found that older adults who relied only on walking showed no significant improvement in venous return unless their pace exceeded 3.5 miles per hour, a speed most seniors can't and shouldn't aim for safely. In contrast, targeted muscle activation, what physical therapists call calf pump training, produced clear improvements in swelling, temperature regulation, and walking confidence without requiring long distances. So if you've been walking regularly and still experience cold toes, swollen ankles, heavy legs, aching calves, or balance concerns, it's not because you failed. It's because a critical piece has been missing. And today, we're putting it back. We're counting down 5 science-backed movements used in real vascular and rehabilitation settings. These aren't trendy workouts or social media hacks. They're simple, low impact, and designed specifically for your biology after 60. Each one activates your second heart, the muscle-driven system that pushes blood upward against gravity. And by the end, movement number 1 may completely change how you think about exercise at this stage of life. Let's begin. Number 5, ankle pumps, the simplest way to wake up the second heart. At first glance, ankle pumps look almost too basic to matter. Sit down, move your feet up and down. That's it. Many people assume this exercise is only for hospitals or post-surgery recovery. But this movement isn't just rehab. It's pure biology. Inside your lower legs, your calf muscles act like pressure pumps. Every contraction, even a small one, squeezes deep veins and pushes blood upward toward your heart. That's why doctors refer to the calf pump as your second heart. Here's the problem. If you sit for long periods or rely only on low-effort walking, this pump weakens. Blood begins pooling in the feet and ankles. Swelling increases. Oxygen delivery drops. And your legs start to feel heavy and fatigued. A 2020 study in the Annals of Vascular Surgery showed that simple seated ankle pumps performed just 3 times per day significantly reduced lower leg swelling in adults over 65, even without standing or walking. Participants reported warmer feet, less calf tightness, and improved nighttime leg comfort, without medication or machines. When this muscle stays inactive, blood stagnates, wounds heal slower, and balance risk quietly increases. This is often the first domino to fall, not because you aren't trying hard enough, but because the pump never turns on. Here's how to do it. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, lift your toes toward your shins while keeping your heels down. Then press your toes into the floor and lift your heels, like gently pressing a gas pedal. That's 1 repetition. Move slowly and with control. Perform 20 to 30 reps, 2 to 3 times per day. The goal isn't intensity, it's consistency. This movement lays the foundation, but now we move higher up the chain. Number 4, seated leg lifts, strengthening the muscles that move blood upward. This exercise often gets dismissed because it looks too easy. You're sitting in a chair, lifting one leg at a time. But here's what most people don't realize. Your quadriceps and hip flexors don't just help you stand and walk. They compress major veins in the upper leg, assisting blood flow back to the heart. When these muscles weaken, circulation slows. And here's the key point. Walking doesn't train them well after 60. As we age, steps become shorter and softer. The thighs never fully engage. Blood pools, stiffness builds, and everyday movements become harder. A 2024 study in Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation found that adults over 60 who performed seated leg lifts with light resistance 3 times per week for 8 weeks improved walking speed by 28%, stair climbing ability by 45%, and reported significantly less daily fatigue. Why? Because the thighs were retrained to support both movement and circulation. Weak thighs lead to slower walking, difficulty standing, higher fall risk, and eventual loss of independence. This is where the cycle breaks. Here's how to do it correctly. Sit tall in a sturdy chair with your back supported. Keep both feet flat on the floor. Slowly lift one leg straight out in front of you, keeping the knee as straight as comfortable. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower with control. Perform 10 to 15 reps per leg. Important tip, don't lean forward. Keeping your back against the chair forces the thighs and core to do the real work. As you get stronger, add light ankle weights or a resistance band. Even 1 or 2 pounds makes a difference. Muscles respond to challenge at any age. Strong thighs don't just improve circulation, they stabilize your entire body. Now let's combine circulation and balance. Number 3, calf pump walk with support, where blood flow meets balance training. You're walking, you're moving. That should be enough, right? Here's the missing detail. Walking alone doesn't train your calves to react during slips or stumbles. Most people walk too gently to challenge circulation or balance. This movement changes that, safely. Your calves are mechanical pumps. Each contraction pushes blood upward, but most people never pause where the contraction is strongest. By adding a controlled heel rise and a brief hold, you train your calves and nervous system together. That overlap is critical for fall prevention. The National Institute on Aging identifies calf strength as one of the strongest predictors of independence. Stronger calves mean fewer falls, better balance, and greater confidence. Here's how to do it. Stand behind a chair or countertop. Lightly hold for support. Rise slowly onto the balls of your feet. Pause at the top for 2 to 3 seconds. Lower slowly over 3 seconds. Start with 10 reps. Work up to 20 or 25. The pause is what makes this work. Next, a movement so predictive of independence that some researchers consider it a vital sign. Number 2, single leg balance. Standing on one leg may look simple, almost too simple, but this movement predicts future falls, mobility loss, and even lifespan after 60. When you stand on one leg, your ankle, calf, hip, and core must remain active continuously. That sustained contraction keeps the calf pump engaged longer than walking ever does. It also trains your brain's balance system, your internal GPS. A large population study referenced by the National Institute on Aging found that adults unable to hold a single leg stance for 10 seconds were 3 times more likely to fall, twice as likely to experience serious mobility loss, and had higher all-cause mortality over 7 years. Balance decline often appears before pain or weakness. When balance fades, movement becomes cautious. Circulation slows, confidence drops, and risk quietly rises. Here's how to practice safely. Stand next to a chair or counter, lightly rest one hand on it, shift weight onto one leg and lift the other foot slightly off the floor. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Breathe normally. Repeat twice per leg. As you improve, gradually reduce hand support. This isn't just balance training, it's nervous system training. Now for the final movement, the one vascular rehab teams rely on most. Number 1, standing calf pump. The most powerful circulation exercise after 60. It looks simple. Just rise onto your toes and hold. But this is the most prescribed movement in vascular rehabilitation worldwide. Your calves are hydraulic pumps. When you rise and hold, they squeeze deep veins and push blood upward against gravity. That hold is everything. Walking never holds the pump long enough to create this effect. A 2022 review in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that older adults performing standing calf pump holds twice daily for 4 weeks experienced 42% less ankle swelling, 23% improved walking endurance, and significantly higher balance confidence. Here's how to do it. Stand behind a chair for support, feet hip-width apart. Rise slowly onto the balls of your feet. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Lower slowly over 3 seconds. Start with 8 to 10 reps, build to 15 or 20. The magic is in the hold. Poor leg circulation isn't just uncomfortable. It's the beginning of a chain reaction that quietly limits freedom. Cold feet, swelling, delayed healing, balance loss, falls, loss of independence. But this isn't a message of fear. It's a reminder. Your body still responds to movement. Most decline isn't caused by aging, it's caused by underuse. You don't need extreme workouts. You don't need fancy equipment. You need movements that work with your biology after 60. You've now learned 5 science-backed exercises that do what walking alone cannot. They wake up your second heart, restore blood flow, and protect your balance, the foundation of independence. Start small. Stay consistent. Even one movement done daily can mean warmer feet, steadier steps, and a stronger future. You don't need to move like you're 25. Just move like someone who wants to walk strong at 80. Your legs aren't finished. Your circulation isn't fixed. And it's never too late to teach your body how to pump again.